Today, we're diving into the world of dating, but with a stoic twist. We'll uncover 20 signs that she's interested and wants you to make a move. But remember, Stoicism teaches us to approach everything with reason and emotional control, so we'll keep our cool and avoid getting carried away. 1. Consistent eye contact. The eyes are the windows to the soul, as they say. And in the realm of attraction, they can speak volumes without uttering a single word. So, pay close attention to her gaze. Does she hold your eye contact a little longer than usual? Does she look away shyly, only to steal another glance back at you? This prolonged eye contact is a subtle but powerful sign of interest. It suggests that she's not just looking at you, but seeing you. She's drawn to your presence, curious about your thoughts, and perhaps even imagining a future with you. Of course, it's important to remember that eye contact can mean different things in different contexts. A brief glance in a crowded room might not signify much, but sustained eye contact during a conversation is a strong indicator of attraction. Pay attention to her eyes when she's listening to you speak. Do her pupils dilate slightly? This is a subconscious sign of interest and excitement. And if she looks away, does she do so with a smile or a playful glance? These are all positive cues that she's enjoying your company and wants to connect with you on a deeper level. Remember, though, the Stoic approach is about balance and moderation. Don't get too caught up in analyzing every glance or interpreting every blink. Simply observe her behavior, trust your intuition, and remember that actions often speak louder than words. If she's consistently making eye contact, it's a good sign that she's open to further interaction. But ultimately, the best way to know for sure is to take a deep breath, muster your courage, and make a move. 2. Initiating conversations. In the dance of attraction, who makes the first move can be quite telling. If she's frequently the one initiating conversations, whether it's in person, through text, or on social media, it's a strong sign that she's thinking about you and wants to engage. Now, this doesn't mean she'll always be the one to reach out first. Healthy relationships involve a balance of give and take. But if she consistently makes the effort to connect, it's a clear indicator that you're on her mind. This could manifest in various ways. She might send you a funny meme, ask you about your day, or simply say hello. The content of the conversation might not always be deep or meaningful, but the fact that she's initiating it is what matters. Consider this: every time she starts a conversation, she's essentially extending an invitation for you to connect with her. She's creating an opportunity for you to share your thoughts, feelings, and experiences with her. This is a vulnerable act, as it requires her to put herself out there and risk rejection. So, if she's initiating conversations regularly, don't take it for granted. It's a sign that she values your presence in her life and wants to deepen the connection between you. Remember, though, as a Stoic, it's important to maintain a sense of detachment and not get too carried away with excitement. Simply appreciate the gesture for what it is, a sign of interest and a potential opportunity for further connection. Respond to her messages thoughtfully, engage in conversation with genuine interest, and see where things lead. Ultimately, a woman who initiates conversations is demonstrating a proactive and assertive approach to life. She's not afraid to take initiative and pursue what she wants. These are qualities that the Stoics admired and encouraged. So, if she's making the first move, it might be a sign that she's not only interested in you, but also embodies some of the virtues that you hold dear. 3. Playful touching. In the intricate dance of human connection, touch plays a significant role. It's a primal form of communication, conveying warmth, affection, and interest. Now, we're not talking about overtly sexual advances here. Instead, pay attention to those subtle, playful touches. A light brush of the arm during a conversation, a gentle nudge when sharing a joke, or even a playful tap on the shoulder. These are all ways she might be testing the waters, gauging your reaction, and signaling her own interest. Remember, touch is a powerful form of nonverbal communication. It can break down barriers, create intimacy, and spark a deeper connection. When she initiates physical contact, even in a playful way, it's a sign that she's comfortable around you and wants to explore the possibility of something more. Of course, it's important to be mindful of personal boundaries and cultural norms. Not everyone is comfortable with physical touch, so always be respectful and observant of her reactions. But if she seems receptive and even initiates touch herself, it's a positive sign that she's attracted to you. Now, from a Stoic perspective, it's important to maintain composure and not read too much into these subtle touches. While they may indicate interest, they don't necessarily guarantee a deeper connection. Remember, the Stoics valued reason and emotional control. So, appreciate the gesture for what it is, but don't let it cloud your judgment or lead to impulsive actions. Instead, focus on reciprocating her playful touch in a way that feels natural and comfortable for both of you. Mirror her body language, return her smiles, and continue to engage in conversation. Let the connection develop organically, without pressure or expectations. Ultimately, playful touching is a form of nonverbal flirting that can create a sense of intimacy and excitement. If she's initiating it, it's a positive sign that she's enjoying your company and wants to explore the possibility of something more. However, it's important to remember that actions don't always equate to intentions. So, while you can take comfort in her playful touches, continue to observe her overall behavior and use your Stoic wisdom to navigate the situation with reason and emotional control. 4. Laughing at your jokes. Humor is a universal language of connection, and laughter is often a sign of joy and attraction. So, pay attention to how she responds to your jokes. Even if your punchlines aren't exactly award-winning, does she laugh genuinely? Does she seem to find you genuinely funny? This laughter is more than just politeness. It's a sign that she enjoys your company, that she feels comfortable and at ease around you. When we laugh, we release endorphins, which create a sense of bonding and well-being. So, her laughter is a subtle way of saying, "I'm having a great time with you." Of course, some people are naturally more expressive than others. Not everyone will erupt into loud guffaws at every joke. But pay attention to the quality of her laughter. Is it genuine and heartfelt, or does it seem forced or polite? Does she smile and make eye contact when she laughs, or does she look away or seem distracted? These subtle cues can reveal a lot about her level of interest. From a Stoic perspective, humor is a valuable tool for navigating social interactions and building relationships. It can lighten the mood, diffuse tension, and create a sense of camaraderie. But it's important to remember that humor is subjective. Not everyone will find the same things funny. So, don't take it personally if she doesn't laugh at every joke you crack. Instead, focus on creating a comfortable and enjoyable atmosphere where she feels free to express herself authentically. If she's laughing and smiling in your presence, it's a good sign that she's enjoying your company and wants to connect with you. Remember, laughter is a form of vulnerability. When someone laughs with you, they're letting their guard down and sharing a moment of joy. It's a sign of trust and connection. So, if she's laughing at your jokes, even the cheesy ones, cherish those moments and see them as a building block for a deeper relationship. However, as a Stoic, remember not to become overly attached to external validation. While her laughter is a positive sign, it's not the sole indicator of her interest. Focus on being your authentic self, sharing your humor in a way that feels natural, and enjoying the connection you're building with her. If her laughter is genuine and heartfelt, it's a beautiful bonus, but ultimately, your self-worth shouldn't hinge on whether or not she finds you funny. 5. Asking personal questions. When someone is truly interested in you, they want to delve deeper than surface-level conversation. So, pay attention to the kinds of questions she asks. Does she inquire about your childhood, your passions, your fears, or your dreams? If she's asking personal questions, it's a clear sign that she wants to understand who you are at a deeper level. She's not just interested in your job title or your social media presence. She wants to know the real you, the things that make you tick, the things that make you unique. This curiosity is a sign of genuine interest and attraction. It shows that she sees you as more than just a potential partner. She sees you as a complex, multifaceted individual with a story to tell. And she wants to be part of that story. From a Stoic perspective, this kind of curiosity is a virtue worth cultivating. The Stoics believed in seeking knowledge and understanding, both about ourselves and about others. They believed that by delving deeper into the human experience, we can cultivate empathy, wisdom, and a sense of interconnectedness. So, if she's asking personal questions, embrace the opportunity to share your thoughts and feelings with her. Be open, be honest, and be vulnerable. This vulnerability can create a deeper connection and foster trust between you. Remember, though, that vulnerability doesn't mean oversharing or revealing too much too soon. Maintain a sense of balance and moderation. Share your thoughts and feelings gradually as the relationship progresses. Moreover, reciprocate her curiosity by asking personal questions of your own. Show genuine interest in her life, her experiences, and her dreams. This will not only deepen your understanding of her, but it will also demonstrate your own interest in building a meaningful connection. Ultimately, a woman who asks personal questions is showing you that she sees you as more than just a surface-level acquaintance. She's inviting you to share your authentic self with her, and that's a valuable opportunity for connection and intimacy. 6. Remembering details. It's the little things that often matter most. If she recalls specific details from your past conversations, the name of your pet, your favorite coffee order, a childhood anecdote you shared, it's a clear sign that she pays attention and values your words. This goes beyond simple politeness. It shows that she's genuinely interested in you and cares about what you have to say. She's not just nodding along absently, she's actively listening and internalizing your words. Think of it like this: our brains are constantly bombarded with information. We can't possibly remember every detail of every conversation we have. But when someone remembers something you've said, it means that detail resonated with them on a deeper level. It made an impression, and it stuck with them. This is a powerful sign of attraction and connection. It shows that she values your thoughts and opinions, and that she sees you as someone worth remembering. From a Stoic perspective, paying attention to detail is a sign of mindfulness and presence. The Stoics believed in living in the moment, fully engaged with the present experience. When someone remembers details about you, it shows that they're practicing this mindfulness in your interactions. So, if she remembers things you've told her, take it as a compliment. It means she's truly listening to you, absorbing your words, and forming a deeper understanding of who you are. This is a solid foundation for a meaningful connection. Of course, it's important to reciprocate this attentiveness. Make an effort to remember details about her life as well. Show her that you're just as interested in her thoughts, feelings, and experiences. This mutual attentiveness will foster a sense of reciprocity and deepen the bond between you. Remember, though, that remembering details is just one piece of the puzzle. While it's a positive sign, it's not a guarantee of romantic interest. Continue to observe her overall behavior, pay attention to other cues, and use your Stoic wisdom to navigate the situation with reason and emotional control. 7. Preening behavior. Our body language often reveals more than our words ever could, and women are no exception. Pay attention to subtle preening behaviors she might exhibit in your presence. Does she twirl her hair, adjust her necklace, smooth out her dress, or reapply her lipstick? These seemingly insignificant gestures could be subconscious ways of trying to look her best for you. It's a primal instinct, similar to a bird fluffing its feathers or a peacock displaying its plumage. When someone is attracted to another, they want to appear as appealing as possible. Preening behavior isn't always deliberate. Sometimes, it's an unconscious reaction to feeling nervous or excited around someone. It's like a biological autopilot, kicking in to enhance her attractiveness in your eyes. Now, this isn't a foolproof sign. Some women simply have a habit of adjusting their clothes or playing with their hair. But if you notice a pattern of preening behavior that seems specific to your interactions, it could be a strong indicator of her interest. For instance, if she always seems to be touching up her makeup or fixing her hair when you're around, it could be a sign that she's trying to impress you. Similarly, if she adjusts her outfit to show off a particular feature, like her neckline or her legs, it could be a subtle way of flirting. From a Stoic perspective, observing these behaviors is a form of mindfulness. It's about paying attention to the subtle details of human interaction and recognizing the unspoken messages our bodies convey. However, the Stoic approach also calls for moderation. Don't get overly obsessed with analyzing every preening gesture. Simply take note of the overall pattern and use it as one piece of evidence in the larger puzzle of her interest. Remember, though, that preening behavior alone doesn't guarantee attraction. It's just one sign among many. Continue to observe her words, her actions, and her overall demeanor to get a clearer picture of her feelings. And most importantly, use your Stoic wisdom to approach the situation with confidence, respect, and emotional control. 8. Mirroring your actions. Have you ever noticed how, when you're deeply engaged in conversation with someone, you might unconsciously mimic their gestures or postures? Perhaps you cross your legs when they do, tilt your head like them, or even match their speaking pace. This is called mirroring, and it's a fascinating aspect of human interaction. Mirroring is often a subconscious sign of rapport and connection. When we're attracted to someone or feel a sense of affinity with them, we tend to mirror their body language as a way of building rapport and establishing a sense of shared experience. It's like a silent dance, where two people subtly synchronize their movements, creating a harmonious connection. This mirroring behavior can be incredibly subtle, almost imperceptible. But if you pay attention, you might notice her leaning in when you lean in, sipping her drink when you sip yours, or even adopting a similar posture. From a Stoic perspective, mirroring is a fascinating phenomenon that reflects our natural human desire for connection and belonging. It's a reminder that we are social creatures, wired to seek rapport and understanding with others. However, as a Stoic, it's important to remain grounded and not overinterpret these subtle cues. While mirroring can be a sign of attraction, it's not a definitive guarantee. Some people are naturally more expressive and prone to mirroring, while others may be more reserved. Instead of focusing solely on her mirroring, pay attention to her overall body language and demeanor. Does she seem relaxed and engaged in conversation? Does she make eye contact and smile? Does she seem genuinely interested in what you have to say? These are all important factors to consider when gauging her level of interest. Remember, attraction is a complex dance, and there's no single behavior that guarantees someone's feelings. So, while mirroring can be a positive sign, it's important to consider it in the context of her overall behavior and communication. If you do notice mirroring, don't feel pressured to reciprocate consciously. Let it happen naturally. If there's a genuine connection, the mirroring will likely continue subconsciously, fostering a sense of harmony and rapport between you. And if not, well, that's okay too. Not every interaction will lead to a romantic connection, and that's perfectly fine. The Stoics teach us to accept what is, to focus on what we can control, and to move forward with grace and equanimity. 9. Finding excuses to be near you. Have you noticed that she seems to, coincidentally, show up in the same places you do? Does she always find a reason to strike up a conversation, even if it's just to ask a seemingly trivial question? If so, it's a classic sign of interest. When someone is attracted to you, they subconsciously, or sometimes consciously, seek opportunities to be near you. They might happen to be at the same coffee shop, library, or gym. Or, they might find excuses to interact with you, like asking for directions, borrowing a book, or seeking your opinion on something. These seemingly random encounters are rarely coincidences. They're often carefully orchestrated opportunities for her to get closer to you, to spend more time with you, and to see if there's a spark. Pay attention to how frequently these coincidences occur. If she consistently appears in your vicinity or finds reasons to chat with you, it's a strong indicator that she's interested and wants to get to know you better. Of course, it's important to maintain a Stoic perspective and not jump to conclusions. While her presence might be intentional, it doesn't automatically guarantee a romantic connection. Observe her behavior, listen to her words, and see if other signs of interest are present. However, if she consistently makes an effort to be near you, it's a positive sign that she enjoys your company and wants to spend more time with you. Embrace these opportunities for interaction, engage in conversation, and see where the connection leads. Remember, the Stoics valued authenticity and genuine connection. So, instead of playing games or trying to manipulate the situation, simply be yourself and let things unfold naturally. If there's a real spark, it will ignite regardless of any contrived circumstances. And even if it doesn't lead to romance, these interactions can still be valuable. You might make a new friend, gain a different perspective, or simply enjoy a pleasant conversation. The Stoics taught us to find joy in the present moment and appreciate the connections we make with others, regardless of the outcome. 10. Complimenting you. Compliments are a wonderful way to express admiration and affection, and they can be a powerful indicator of romantic interest. Pay attention to the types of compliments she gives you. Does she admire your sense of style, your intelligence, your work ethic, or your kind heart? Compliments about your appearance are often a sign of physical attraction. If she notices your new haircut, your outfit, or your smile, it means she's paying attention to you and finds you visually appealing. However, compliments that go beyond the surface level are even more meaningful. If she compliments your personality traits, your accomplishments, or your values, it shows that she sees you as a whole person and appreciates your unique qualities. This deeper level of appreciation can be a strong foundation for a romantic connection. Now, some people are naturally more complimentary than others. They genuinely enjoy expressing their admiration for others. But if her compliments seem specific to you, if she goes out of her way to highlight your strengths and positive qualities, it's a strong sign that she's interested. From a Stoic perspective, receiving compliments can be a tricky business. On one hand, it's important to appreciate the kindness and recognition. On the other hand, we shouldn't let our self-worth become overly dependent on external validation. Remember, your value as a human being isn't determined by the compliments you receive. Your worth is inherent, regardless of what others say or think. So, while it's nice to receive compliments, don't let them become the sole measure of your self-esteem. Instead, use compliments as a springboard for deeper conversation. When she compliments you, express your gratitude and then reciprocate by sharing something you admire about her. This will create a positive feedback loop of appreciation and mutual respect. Additionally, pay attention to how she delivers her compliments. Does she seem sincere and genuine, or does it feel forced or insincere? Does she make eye contact and smile, or does she seem hesitant or shy? These subtle cues can provide additional insights into her true feelings. Remember, compliments are a form of verbal affection, and they can be a powerful way to build connection and intimacy. So, if she's showering you with compliments, it's a strong sign that she's interested in you and wants to make you feel good. But ultimately, it's up to you to decide how to respond and how to move forward in the relationship. 11. Teasing and banter. If she's playfully teasing you, making lighthearted jokes at your expense, or engaging in witty banter, it's a strong sign she's interested. This playful back and forth creates a sense of intimacy and connection, testing the waters of your mutual attraction. Teasing can be a way of breaking the ice and gauging your reaction. It shows that she's comfortable enough to joke around with you and that she's not afraid to show her playful side. It also allows her to see how you handle lighthearted teasing and whether you can take a joke. From a Stoic perspective, teasing and banter can be a form of playful communication that fosters connection and mutual understanding. However, it's important to remember that teasing should always be done with kindness and respect. The goal is to create laughter and connection, not to hurt or offend. Pay attention to her tone of voice and body language when she teases you. Does she smile and make eye contact, or does she seem mean-spirited or sarcastic? If it's the former, then it's likely a playful flirtation. If it's the latter, it might be a sign to proceed with caution. Remember, teasing can also be a way for her to test your boundaries and see how you respond to challenges. If you can handle her teasing with grace and humor, it shows that you're confident, secure, and not easily offended. This can be incredibly attractive to her. However, as a Stoic, it's important to maintain your emotional balance and not get too caught up in the game of teasing. While it can be fun and flirtatious, it shouldn't become the sole basis of your interaction. Focus on building a genuine connection based on mutual respect, shared interests, and authentic communication. Ultimately, teasing and banter can be a delightful way to spice up your interactions and create a playful dynamic between you. If she's engaging in this behavior, it's a positive sign that she's attracted to you and enjoys your company. But remember to keep things lighthearted and respectful, and don't forget to focus on building a deeper connection beyond the playful banter. 12. Open body language. Our bodies are incredibly expressive, even when we're not consciously aware of it. One of the most telling signs of attraction is open body language. Does she face you directly when you're talking, with her shoulders and hips aligned towards you? Does she lean in slightly when you speak, as if drawn to your words? Does she avoid crossing her arms, a classic defensive posture? These subtle cues indicate openness and receptivity. By facing you directly, she's showing that she's giving you her full attention and is engaged in the conversation. Leaning in suggests that she's interested in what you have to say and wants to be closer to you, both physically and emotionally. And avoiding crossed arms indicates a lack of defensiveness and a willingness to connect. Open body language is a nonverbal way of saying, I'm comfortable around you, I'm interested in what you have to say, and I'm open to the possibility of something more. It's an invitation for you to reciprocate her interest and deepen the connection. Now, from a Stoic perspective, paying attention to body language is a valuable skill for understanding others and navigating social interactions. The Stoics believed in observing the world with a clear and unbiased mind, and that includes paying attention to nonverbal cues. However, as always, it's important to maintain a balanced perspective. Open body language is a positive sign, but it's not a definitive guarantee of romantic interest. Some people are naturally more expressive and open, while others may be more reserved, even when they're interested. So, while you can take comfort in her open body language, continue to observe her overall behavior and listen to her words. Look for other signs of interest, such as initiating conversations, remembering details, or playfully teasing you. Remember, the Stoic approach to relationships is about building genuine connection based on mutual respect, understanding, and shared values. So, while body language can provide valuable clues, it's ultimately the quality of your interactions and the depth of your connection that will determine the future of the relationship. If her body language is open and inviting, it's a wonderful sign that she's comfortable around you and potentially interested in something more. Use that as an opportunity to connect with her on a deeper level, engage in meaningful conversation, and see where the relationship leads. But always remember to approach the situation with Stoic wisdom, maintaining your composure, focusing on what you can control, and letting things unfold naturally. 13. Pupil dilation. While it might sound like something out of a spy movie, pupil dilation is a fascinating and often overlooked sign of attraction. When we're interested in someone, our pupils naturally widen. It's a subconscious physiological response that's difficult to control. So, pay attention to her eyes when she's looking at you. Do her pupils seem larger than usual? This could be a subtle sign that she's feeling attraction and excitement in your presence. Of course, there are other factors that can cause pupil dilation, such as changes in light or certain medications. But if you notice her pupils widening consistently when she looks at you, especially in well-lit environments, it's a strong indicator of interest. The science behind this is fascinating. When we're attracted to someone, our bodies release dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This dopamine surge can trigger a variety of physiological responses, including pupil dilation. Now, as a Stoic, it's important to approach this sign with a balanced perspective. While pupil dilation can be a strong indicator of attraction, it's not a foolproof sign. It's just one piece of the puzzle. Remember, the Stoics emphasize the importance of reason and observation. So, while you can take note of her pupil dilation, don't obsess over it or jump to conclusions. Instead, consider it in the context of her overall behavior and other signs of interest. If you do notice consistent pupil dilation, it can be a subtle affirmation of her attraction. It's a sign that your presence is having a positive physiological effect on her. But remember, the Stoics valued inner virtue and authentic connection above all else. So, while pupil dilation might be a fascinating indicator of attraction, focus on building a genuine connection with her. Engage in meaningful conversations, share your interests and values, and see if there's a deeper compatibility beyond the initial spark of physical attraction. 14. Blushing or fidgeting. When we're nervous or excited, our bodies often betray our emotions through subtle physical cues. If you notice her blushing or fidgeting in your presence, it could be a sign that she's flustered and excited around you. Blushing is a classic physiological response to feeling flustered, embarrassed, or attracted to someone. It's a surge of blood to the face, often accompanied by a warm feeling and a rosy glow. While some people blush more easily than others, if you notice her cheeks turning pink whenever you're around, it's a good sign that you're having an effect on her. Fidgeting is another common sign of nervousness. This could manifest as playing with her hair, tapping her foot, or adjusting her jewelry. While fidgeting can sometimes be a sign of boredom or discomfort, in the context of attraction, it often signals excitement and anticipation. From a Stoic perspective, observing these nervous behaviors can be a valuable insight into her emotional state. However, it's important to remember that everyone expresses their emotions differently. Some people might blush or fidget easily, while others might remain more composed. So, while you can take note of these behaviors, don't rely on them solely as indicators of her interest. Instead, consider them in conjunction with other signs, such as her body language, her conversation, and her overall demeanor. Remember, the Stoic approach is about observing the world with a clear and unbiased mind. So, while you can appreciate the fact that she might be nervous or excited around you, don't get carried away with assumptions or expectations. Instead, focus on building a genuine connection with her, based on mutual respect and understanding. If you do notice her blushing or fidgeting, you can try to make her feel more comfortable by maintaining a calm and friendly demeanor. Avoid making any jokes or comments that might embarrass her further. Instead, focus on creating a safe and enjoyable space where she can relax and be herself. Ultimately, blushing and fidgeting are natural human responses to feeling flustered or excited. While they can be a sign of attraction, they're not the be-all and end-all. So, use your Stoic wisdom to observe her behavior, interpret her cues, and approach the situation with confidence and emotional control. 15. Mentioning being single. Let's be honest, conversations about relationship status can be a bit of a minefield in the dating world. However, if she casually mentions her single status in a conversation, it's a pretty clear sign she's putting it out there for you to notice. Now, this doesn't mean she's explicitly saying, "Hey, I'm available, ask me out," but it's a subtle way of letting you know that she's open to the possibility of a relationship and that she's not currently seeing anyone else. This could manifest in various ways. She might make a passing comment about how she's been enjoying the single life, or she might subtly inquire about your own relationship status. She might even talk about a recent dating experience, highlighting the fact that she's actively looking for a partner. From a Stoic perspective, this openness and honesty is a virtue worth appreciating. The Stoics valued authenticity and transparency in communication. So, if she's openly sharing her relationship status with you, it's a sign that she's comfortable being herself around you and that she's not trying to play games. Of course, it's important to read the context and her overall demeanor. If she mentions being single in a light-hearted, playful way, it's likely a flirtatious signal. But if she seems sad or bitter about it, it might not be the best time to pursue a romantic connection. If you're interested in her, her mentioning of being single is a green light for you to make your move. You could respond with a playful comment, inquire about her dating preferences, or simply express your own interest in getting to know her better. Remember, the Stoic approach to dating is about being direct and honest, while also respecting the other person's boundaries. So, don't be afraid to show your interest if you feel a genuine connection, but also be prepared to accept her response with grace and equanimity, regardless of the outcome. 16. Introducing you to friends. One of the most significant signs that a woman is truly interested in you is when she introduces you to her friends. This is not a casual move. It signifies that she wants you to be part of her inner circle, her trusted confidants. She's not just dating you, she's integrating you into her life. This introduction is a form of social validation. It shows that she's proud to be seen with you and wants her friends to know about you. It's a way of saying, "This person is important to me, and I want you to meet them." The Stoics valued friendship as one of the highest forms of human connection. They believed that true friends are like mirrors, reflecting our strengths and weaknesses, challenging us to grow, and providing support and guidance. So, when a woman introduces you to her friends, she's essentially opening up a new dimension of her life to you, inviting you to share in the bonds of friendship and camaraderie. Of course, this introduction doesn't automatically mean she's in love with you or ready for a serious commitment. It simply means that she sees potential for a deeper connection and wants her friends to get to know you. It's a positive sign, a step in the right direction. Pay attention to how she introduces you to her friends. Does she seem excited and proud, or does she seem hesitant or unsure? Do her friends welcome you warmly, or do they seem skeptical or distant? These subtle cues can provide additional insights into her feelings and the dynamics of her social circle. Remember, the Stoic approach is about focusing on what you can control. So, when you meet her friends, be your authentic self. Engage in conversation, show genuine interest in their lives, and be respectful of their opinions. This will not only make a good impression on them, but it will also demonstrate your own maturity and social intelligence. Ultimately, introducing you to her friends is a significant milestone in a relationship. It shows that she trusts you, values your company, and wants to share her life with you. So, embrace this opportunity to connect with her social circle, build new relationships, and deepen your connection with her. 17. Asking for your opinion, whether it's about a new restaurant, a movie she's considering watching, or a more serious life decision. If she's asking for your opinion, it's a significant sign. This means she values your thoughts, your perspective, and your judgment. When someone asks for your opinion, they're essentially saying, "I trust your insights and believe you have something valuable to contribute." This is a sign of respect and admiration, and it can be a strong indicator of romantic interest. Now, this doesn't mean she'll always agree with your opinion or follow your advice. But the fact that she seeks it out shows that she cares about what you think and wants to understand your perspective. This open communication and willingness to consider different viewpoints is a healthy foundation for any relationship. From a Stoic perspective, seeking the opinions of others is a sign of humility and a willingness to learn. The Stoics believe that wisdom comes from a variety of sources, and that we should always be open to new ideas and perspectives. So, when she asks for your opinion, it's a sign that she's not only interested in you but also values your intellect and insights. When she asks for your opinion, be honest and thoughtful in your response. Share your perspective without being judgmental or dismissive of her own views. Engage in a respectful dialogue, exploring different angles of the issue and coming to a mutual understanding. Remember, this is an opportunity for connection and deeper conversation. By sharing your thoughts and opinions, you're revealing more of yourself to her, and she's doing the same. This vulnerability and openness can foster a sense of trust and intimacy. Ultimately, a woman who asks for your opinion is showing you that she sees you as more than just a pretty face or a fun companion. She values your intellect, your insights, and your unique perspective. This is a powerful sign of respect and admiration, and it can be a strong indicator of a deeper connection. 18. Making future plans. A woman who sees a future with you will often try to incorporate you into it. Listen carefully if she starts mentioning activities, events, or even travel destinations that she'd like to experience with you. This could be as simple as inviting you to a party next weekend, suggesting a movie you both might enjoy, or even talking about a trip she's planning and wondering if you'd like to join. This forward-thinking behavior is a strong indicator that she's not just interested in the present moment, but is also envisioning a future where you play a significant role. It's a way of subtly testing the waters, gauging your interest in spending more time with her, and seeing if your visions for the future align. From a Stoic perspective, making future plans is a natural human tendency. We all have hopes, dreams, and aspirations for the future. However, the Stoics also cautioned against getting too attached to these plans, as the future is ultimately uncertain. Remember, the Stoic philosophy emphasizes living in the present moment and focusing on what we can control. While it's healthy to make plans and envision a future together, it's important not to get too caught up in expectations or become overly attached to a specific outcome. If she's making future plans with you, it's a positive sign that she sees potential for a deeper connection. However, it's important to maintain a sense of perspective and not let your hopes and dreams run wild. Enjoy the present moment, be open to the possibilities, and let the relationship unfold organically. Instead of obsessing over the future, focus on building a strong foundation in the present. Get to know her better, share your own interests and dreams, and see if there's a genuine connection beyond the initial attraction. If you both share a vision for the future, it will naturally manifest over time. Remember, the most meaningful relationships are built on trust, mutual respect, and shared values. These are the building blocks for a lasting connection, far more important than any specific plans or expectations for the future. So, embrace the excitement of making future plans, but also remember to stay grounded in the present moment and let the relationship develop at its own pace. 19. Lingering goodbyes. When the moment comes to part ways, pay attention to how she says goodbye. Does she seem to linger, drawing out the conversation and finding excuses to stay a little longer? Does she hesitate before saying those final words, or does she offer a warm embrace that lasts just a beat too long? These lingering goodbyes are a telltale sign that she's not quite ready for the interaction to end. She's enjoying your company and wants to savor those final moments before you part ways. It's a subtle way of saying, "I don't want to let you go just yet." From a Stoic perspective, lingering goodbyes are a reminder of the fleeting nature of time and the importance of savoring the present moment. The Stoics believed in appreciating the beauty and connection we find in each interaction, knowing that nothing lasts forever. So, if she's lingering, embrace those extra moments with her. Engage in a bit more conversation, share a laugh, or simply enjoy each other's presence. Don't rush the goodbye, let it unfold naturally. However, as a Stoic, it's important to maintain a sense of detachment and not get too attached to any particular outcome. While a lingering goodbye is a positive sign, it doesn't guarantee a future relationship. Simply appreciate the moment for what it is, and trust that whatever happens next will be for the best. If you're interested in her, you could use this opportunity to suggest a future date or activity. Or, you could simply express your enjoyment of the conversation and your desire to see her again. Either way, let your words and actions reflect your genuine interest and intentions. Remember, a lingering goodbye is a delicate dance of unspoken desires. It's a moment of vulnerability, where both parties are subtly testing the waters, gauging each other's interest, and deciding whether to take the next step. So, be present, be mindful, and let your intuition guide you. If you feel a genuine connection, a lingering goodbye can be a beautiful and promising ending to an interaction, leaving you both wanting more. 20. Directness. While many women express their interest through subtle cues and nonverbal communication, some prefer a more straightforward approach. They might directly tell you that they find you attractive, enjoy your company, or are interested in getting to know you better. Or, they might make their intentions clear through bold actions, like asking you out on a date or initiating physical contact. This directness can be refreshing and empowering. It eliminates the guesswork and allows for open and honest communication from the start. It also shows that she's confident, assertive, and not afraid to take the lead. From a Stoic perspective, directness is a virtue worth embracing. The Stoics believed in honesty, transparency, and straightforward communication. They saw no value in playing games or manipulating others. So, if she's being direct about her interest, it's a sign that she's not only attracted to you but also shares your values of honesty and integrity. Now, this doesn't mean every woman will be this direct. Some may be more reserved due to cultural norms, personal experiences, or simply their personality. But if she's expressing her interest directly, it's a clear signal that she wants you to make a move. In this scenario, the ball is in your court. You can choose to reciprocate her interest and pursue a connection, or you can politely decline if you're not feeling the same spark. Either way, be honest and respectful in your communication. Remember, the Stoics taught us to focus on what we can control. In this case, you can control how you respond to her directness. You can choose to be open and receptive to her advances, or you can choose to politely distance yourself if you're not interested. Don't feel pressured to reciprocate her feelings if you're not genuinely interested. The Stoics believed in living in alignment with your values and not compromising your integrity for the sake of pleasing others. However, if you do feel a connection and share her interest, don't be afraid to take the next step. Embrace the opportunity for a deeper connection and see where it leads. Remember, while these signs are helpful, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control. Be confident, approach her with respect, and express your interest clearly. Don't get too attached to the outcome. Remember, the Stoics taught us to focus on what we can control: our actions, our intentions, and our character. We cannot control another person's feelings or their response to us. If she reciprocates your interest, that's fantastic. But if not, don't despair. Rejection is a natural part of life, and it doesn't diminish your worth or value. In fact, it can be an opportunity for growth and self-reflection. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. So, if she's not interested, accept her decision gracefully and move on. The world is full of potential connections, and your self-worth shouldn't hinge on one person's response. Don't let rejection define you or discourage you from pursuing future relationships. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Above all, be true to yourself. Don't compromise your values or try to be someone you're not just to impress someone else. Authenticity is the key to building genuine and lasting connections. When you're true to yourself, you attract people who appreciate you for who you are, not who you pretend to be. Remember, a true connection is built on mutual respect, shared values, and a genuine appreciation for each other's unique qualities. Don't settle for anything less. By staying true to your Stoic principles and approaching dating with a balanced perspective, you'll increase your chances of finding a fulfilling and meaningful relationship. Subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content on Stoicism.